Let's move on. Our second ship for tonight is the Italians, the Duca degli Abruzzi. Named for the Duca degli Abruzzi. In fact, his name's actually on the back here. Luigi di Saviola. Di Savola, rather. There's no I in Saviola. Yes, Savoy. Yes, that Savoy. Yes, they got around quite a bit and ruled quite a decent chunk of Italy. I think that family had been going for about 300-400 years, all things told. However, basically, it's a Duca d'Aosta with one tier up and 2 extra gun barrels. Is that worth it? It's another kiting ship, except this one's a cruiser. So it's even squishier. Where's Mario? I assume he's holding down the plumbing business and trying to fix a particularly bad stuck drain. I mean, they're plumbers, right? I mean, at some point they actually have to do some plumbing. I don't necessarily agree with their technique of jumping down the pipes to clear them, but you have to admit it got stuff done. Right, so what do we have here? Well, we have some utility roles. So hydroacoustic search, defensive fire, spotter plane, which is something else the Ashitaka might benefit from. Mario's not a plumber anymore. What heresy is this? What do you mean Mario's not a plumber anymore? Next thing you'll tell me he's shaved his moustache off and doesn't wear red. And, of course, Damage Control Party 2. Right. He's part of XCOM. That must have been some seriously hardcore sewer blockages if they had to call in XCOM to deal with them. However, I am very off topic now. Thank you guys for that. Let's just get into a battle because, again, my take on this ship is that she's a Kitus. Very much the same as the Ashitaka. Which means that if you get a domination game, you have a problem, and is no longer into princesses. Well, that's understandable. Princesses can afford lawyers, and given the recent scandals going around, I can totally blame the man for regarding them as forbidden fruit. And speaking of forbidden fruit, oh, there's a key. No, you don't see many of those around. Another Armagi variant, by the way. Actually, no, Key was not an Armagi variant. It was meant to be the next gen Armagi, if memory serves. Yeah, 3rd gen 8.8 battle cruiser. Never actually got built, along with the number 13s, which were meant to be the 3rd gen Nagatos. Right, so what have we got? Takao, Tirpitz, Armagi, Gneisenau, Scharnhorst. Okay, no carriers, which rules out one of the principal uses of this thing as defensive fire, but where I am going to play this essentially is as close escort for a battleship. So I am basically going to lock onto Magnus here, and they still haven't fixed the electricity effect, which is a little annoying. And I'm basically going to stay within about 2 kilometers of him and provide fire support at range. The old Hull B Tier 8 for Boogie, they did as Shinonome, but they downscaled it to Tier 6, basically. I would like the old Bookie back as well. I liked that destroyer. She was one of my favourites at Tier 8. But unless you brought in a Tier 8 as, say, Hibiki, and gave her some serious boosts to get her up to speed, it would be a little bit questionable. Besides, you've also got the Asashios and the Horatio classes as well. Actually, I think Asashio was an Horatio class. I could well be wrong there. Anyhow, he is taking his time loading in. Wargaming really did do a stunning job on the Magnus. In some respects, I'm actually kind of glad they got rid of all the Tesla effects, though, because, well, they got in the way of the gun sight, annoyingly enough, at least in my experience. So, with no Tirpitz to escort, I'm just going to toddle along instead. We're going to stay nicely on the back line. Again, second line ship, support fire. I suspect, Doc, that if they ever do put Hibiki into the game, they'll actually put Varny into the game with her Russian armament, because that would actually be an interesting combination. Hey, oh yes. Yep, unfortunately they are live, which does mean that I am accidentally broadcasting the positions of, oh, that would be 3/5 of our destroyers, so sorry guys, good luck. Hopefully none of the enemy are actually watching this. Other nice thing about Abruzzi, like all other ships, is that she's fast. She can actually keep pace with these destroyers. Unfortunately, that means she's also keeping pace, sailing straight into this Monarch. So, let's get the spotter plane up. Just drop speed for a second. I'm going to use this island for cover. Just fishtail a little. There we are, rounds out. Don't actually think I've got target lock on the Monarch, but I am detected, so I need to get moving again, because what I can shoot at, the Monarch can also shoot at. Now, I'm not detected. Fine, just keep the fire coming. There we go. I'm still at the stage of having to eyeball these, but luckily this Monarch is not a particularly hard target. Oh, fire. Yay! Right, let's leave him to burn for a second. Don't want to panic his damn con out just yet. Bit of a HE into that smoke cloud. Never mind, the Mars is gone. Leberchan is down. Now we can... Oh, right. The Monarch actually popped his damn con. Maybe someone else got a second fire. Oink. Yeah, not against Verdi. Yeah, I would like both, but honestly... Well, we'll see. Certainly Verdi would be an interesting combination as a Russian premium, and Hibiki has got the collector's value, but you can also argue that for Yukikaze as Tan Yang. I think they're actually having a problem getting her main armament to work, because it's mixed caliber, which apparently gets you into all kinds of trouble. At least that was the reason for not putting... Oh, right, lost the spotter. Okay, fine, now I've got to close the range up anyway. Let's go. And again, Italian speed. I'll say this for the Italians. The British might do power, but the Italians do more, along with the French, do more speed than a 90s house party. Unfortunately, we did just lose the Takao, and it's still something of a stalemate over on the other side, so we have actually got to push pretty hard, because at the moment it's only poor Winterbottom trying to hold down the fort, and I think I've got the range on the forward guns, so crank it round. Haven't got a solution, and haven't got the range either. Wow. Yeah, 15 kilometres in the kiting range. This thing really does benefit from a spotter. Let's close the range a bit further. Actually, if we stick with Scharnhorst and just head in, we could maybe try and tiptoe our way into the cap. We'll have to deal with the hipster that's lurking behind the island, of course, but he's almost dead, so one even moderately poorly aimed salvo of high explosive will do for him. Takebana. Actually, I'm just thinking, have we got any premium destroyers? I mean, yes, there's Takebana, and I can't think of... Well, Harakaze, of course. But beyond that, I think that's it, and even Harakaze is pushing a point. I mean, technically, yes, Japanese, but there are some historical ones to choose from as well. And yes, I'm aware that technically Shinonome is premium as well, but that's also a special case because of the way you get her. And we are going to get the kill shot on this hipster with a bit of luck. So, guns forward. Oh, there's the Gerda. Hipster has broken contact just for a second. He thinks that's going to save him. Spoiler alert. Okay, just need to clear this headland to pick up the hipster. Then we will chase down the Gerda. I am running a significant risk here. Where is that? Where's that hipster gone? Fine. No. Oh, there he is. Track, 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 track. Shotgun to an extent. Turn in. Wow. Eta Citadel. And I had a high X round shatter. Fine. All I need is one decent superstructure hit. Seriously, guys, thank you. Right, hydro up. But yeah, this is the problem with Duca of any description. If she gets spotted and she closes the range on the target, it gets very, very messy for her. And I'm actually going to break contact because I am in the cap circle. And I am quite content at the moment just to put the wind up the enemy. So let's angle around, track the guns, dig in to make a rapid exit if we have to. Hydro is going, so we're not going to get jumped by torpedoes, I hope. And we have lost the Gator, but that's a minor nuisance at this stage. Oh, we've reacquired the Gator. And the Gator is about to reacquire us, but guns are almost round. Okay, rounds coming down. Strike once. Strike twice. Target well hit. Another broadside away. Just again. Angle, angle, angle. Okay, and I don't want to risk a torpedo launch against the key. Not with Sulina in the way. And I've also got something aiming at me, which is bad. Ooh. It was the Monarch. Unfortunately, we did just take quite a big hit to the cat progress in consequence. Kid's got smoke up, which is something. Right, time to circle away. Key, I think, is going to eat torpedoes if she doesn't evade very sharpish. Yeah, the joys of non-IFHE 152. Absolutely. Like all the... oh, didn't mean to do that. Like all the 6-inch armed cruisers, this thing really needs inertia fusing to give its HE any kind of bite. And I'm doing exactly the wrong thing at the moment by trying to close the range at all on these battleships. Oh, there's the Gator again. Right, lock target, acquire, match. Rounds out. I think we are... Oh, no, Magnus got the torpedo beat on. Unfortunately, I think Gator... Well, I clipped him. So, shotgun again. Jink away again. And, oh boy, that's high explosive, but I don't care. It means he's clearing the breach for armor piercing. And luckily we were in a turn, and, oops, set a fire. Handy. Right. Time to hit his rear section. Yes, I could mask up. I'm at 10 kilometers. I could muzzle the guns for 20 seconds. In fact, that might be an idea, because the rudder is jammed. And, well, hopefully he's going to dive first. He torpedo beated. That is something of a pisser. At least he fired high explosive again. Okay, rudder is still jammed. Key's gone, however. And the rudder's fixed. So, reverse rudder. Reverse rudder. We're inside detection range. I don't care. Reverse the rudder now. Oh, he was firing at something else. Hallelujah! Yes, very definitely need to have inertia fusing on this thing. It's taken a remarkably long time to make this cap, hasn't it? Oh, there he goes. Minx grabs another kill. How many is he on anyway? 2. Right, and we've just about got this one in the bag. And yes, Cruel, absolutely. High explosive shatters. 6-inch high X does not penetrate very much unless you have got inertia fusing on it, and this only has an 11-point captain, because if you want concealment expert and inertia fusing, you need a 14-point captain. Priority target, kind of useful. Adrenaline rush, again, kind of useful, but given the fun I just had with a jammed rudder, last stand might not be a bad choice either. I'll do a reset. We will swap out concealment for inertia fusing and see what that does. there's relatively little else to go for a cruiser at tier 2. I mean, you could argue for high alert, take some time off the consumables, but that's trading 2 skill points for something you can do with a signal flag instead, so questionable, to say the least. Anyhow, let's just swing around, finish this cap, and finish the game. So, tweaks to Ashitaka, well, really needs inertia fusing. And beyond that, I don't think there's a lot to be tweaked about this ship. As I say, it's a playstyle that probably won't appeal to a lot of people because it really does favour standard battles. Turret rotation, we'll get back to port in a second and we can get the exact numbers. So, turret rotation on the 1934s is 23.4 seconds. Bear in mind that I have got... pretty sure I've got Expert Marksman loaded in here. Yes, I have, rather than Adrenaline Rush. So for a 12-point build, you would probably be looking at... well, let's just do the reset. No, I'm not blowing 100,000 free XP. Solid. Commence bribery. So priority target, so you know when to get your wiggle on, is, I would say, a good choice. Expert Marksman or Adrenaline Rush? Well... oh, let's see. Ship parameters. Transition without Expert Marksman is 25.7 seconds. So that's manageable, just about. So you know what, we'll go with Adrenaline Rush. Number 3, Demo Expert or Superintendent, basically. Let's go with, well, basic fire chance, 8%. We go with Demo Expert, that will go up to 10%, so 25% increase. Superintendent gives us extra hydro, extra anti-air, and an extra spotter plane. So it's a question of what's more useful, basically. And given Abruzzi's long-range role, actually, can she mathematically launch all her spotters? I know she can use all her hydros in the course of a game. Let's just check the numbers here for a second. So 240 seconds is 4 minutes. Multiplied by 4 is 16. Right, you can't actually launch 5 spotting aircraft in the course of a game. So that rather devalues the spotting aircraft and Superintendent, which leaves you with defensive fire or hydroacoustic if you're looking to flush something out of smoke or just pick up incoming torpedoes. Decisions. I will note that Demo Expert is likely to get more consistent use, so we'll go with that. And then last but not least, inertia fusing. Okay, so detection is now 10.8, which, not bad. Not atrocious. SI, little point. It's 2,100 health on a hit point of 32,500. Basically, it's 1 extra battleship shell, if that. Half a battleship shell. So let's try her with inertia fusing and see how it goes. Hopefully we'll get lots of battleships to bully. Right, okay, so again, similar idea to what we did with the Ashitaka last time we had this game and map. I'm just going to loiter around at the back and spam fire upon everything that gets in range and reach. And if I can find a convenient island to hide behind, so much the better, but there really isn't one on this side of the map, which is rather annoying. Unless you talk this one over here, but the cone is so narrow that you might as well not bother. Anyhow, lock guns port, harder starboard, crank up to speed, and I know I've said it before, but the Italians do design really, really pretty ships. Just take a quick look at her there. Right. And with that done, let's get back onto the battle. So, early push by their destroyers. That will be the Akatsuki's pegging it in at speed. Slightly surprised the Ognavoy isn't beating them to it, but yeah. Okay. Just angle away, because the moment those destroyers pick something up, I need to be in a position to open fire pretty much immediately while surviving the return fire. I have got range onto almost the entire control section, but if the destroyers are smart, they'll be tucked up here behind this island where we can't get immediate line of sight. There's the Scharnhorst. They've got a Hood, 2 Scharnhorsts, and Armageddon in North Carolina. Well, there's the 16-inch monster. That could be troublesome. Those shells will just... Well, it doesn't care how angled I am. Those shells are just going to plough in one side and out the other and probably violate Duca's citadel along the way. Right, forwards, forwards, forwards. Let's crack on. Push up the range a little. Can't match the battleships for range, even if I am sailing in company with them. Could pop the spotter, of course. And in fact, you know what? Let's angle... Kick to turn away from the Monarch and do exactly that. Oh, didn't mean to put defensive fire, but not an issue. Locked on HMS Hood and boom, rounds away. Target again. Nice fast salvo means I basically have 2, possibly 3 salvos in the air, and Fushi Hood is now out of range, which is slightly vexing. Even with the spotter, this thing only has 18.1 kilometers on the fire control. See if we can tap Flick Flack, get a partial reset on the cap. No such luck. Shotgun the rounds there. Okay, turn in, need to close the range. Could maybe go hunting this Kagero or the Edinburgh. They're both within range. There's also the Scharnhorst, which we could maybe start some fires on, but he's already burning once. Don't really want to spook his Damcom. Okay, torp launch from the Kagero. Okay, and let's see. Oh, there's a Zerstörer lurking around. So that torp launch might have come off the, I think it's a Z-23. Okay, well, take the opportunity to hit the Hood again. Oh, and there's 23, so hello you. Just clipped him with the high explosive, and he's about to eat quite a bit. There we go. Broken contact, however. Oh, we have incoming fire. Let's get the wriggle on and go hunt this Kagero. Except the HMS Hood is looking this way as well. And oh, brace, brace, brace. Oh god, this range catastrophically wrong. Ouch! Just detonated the Nelson. That's bad. Right, let the war of the kiters begin. HMS Hood versus the Duca degli Abruzzi. 2 ships enter. Both ships leave, quite frankly. The question is what condition they're going to be leaving. And, well, he's not bothered about me at the moment, so I'm going to take the opportunity to just snatch a little bit of progress off to the northeast. Straddles? Seriously? Okay, now... in that Kagero's position, what would I be doing? I would be trying to worm my way round here. Or I'd loop back. Still detected, which means the Kagero has got... there she is! Pop hydro. Torpedoes will be in the water. Right then. Unleash the bat out of hell. Maintain that firing solution. Right, I think we've just encountered one of the problems with this slower touch vest. It's actually kind of hard to keep the guns on target while you've got a holding a firing solution. So that's worth noting about her. Oi! Fine, well if Gallant wants to play, who am I to object? And that was the first enemy ship to go splat, so let's just borrow her smoke. Kick in the turret verse. Let's see, stealth 5.2 kilometers, so I can pretty much get 20-30 seconds of stealth abuse, basically. Unfortunately, while we were shoring up the flanks, everyone else was getting pinned, and yes, you're right, that Kagero should not have been caught out. But she was, so that's the position she's in, and now she's dead. Okay, also, let's drop some torpedoes. Lock on this Akatsuki. Again, not sure of my angle here, so just start jinking, Yoink! Okay, I am now in no position to complain about that Kagero. Yep, so the sea mines are running. They're not actually going to hit the North Carolina, but we forced the Carolina completely off the objective. Ouch! I know British cruisers take it up the rear, but honestly, that was overkill. Alright, broken contact. Time to make another hard turn. Lose the North Carolina. Are we going to accidentally clout the Armagee? Oh, that would be hilarious. This is the thing about these water mines, by the way. You can hit something completely different to what you were aiming at. And yes, we are going to get torpedo. Well, a torpedo hit. Pity the torpedoes aren't good for very much, but you get the occasional bit of comedy like that. Wasn't even aiming at him. And you know how I said that we were not supposed to be using the Abruzzi to push? Guess what? We're going to have to use the Abruzzi to push because we have got to get that centre circle back. And that means bullying those two destroyers. Unfortunately, it also means getting personal with this hood. Well, we're detected anyway, so let the good times roll. The potentially very painful good times, that's more like it. 4 penetrating hits, get bow onto the hood. Then jink away. And you know what? I am quite content to let the hood get round behind that island. Okay. Time to start bullying some more destroyers. Oh, there we go. Just wait the Farragut to go somewhere else as well. And then hard turn port. Now we're more or less shielded from the mighty hood. Close the range. Get the stern guns back into play as well. And oh looky, target has popped smoke. Target will be static for the next few minutes, which suits me just fine. Need to be careful because that Edinburgh is going to be lurking somewhere nearby, and I don't want to go broadside to it by accident. Fortunately, I also need to charge down this smoke cloud, so pop hydro, just get some torpedo warning up. Ouch! Fix that fire now. I have no idea where that came from. I'm guessing it was the hood. But that was at, what, a 50-60 degree angle? And it just ripped straight through the citadel. Like I say, this is why you shouldn't be using the Abruzzi to push unless you have really got no other choice. Unless it's this or lose the game anyway, because, well, look at the scores. If we didn't get this centre control point back, we were toast. So, risk the ship or lose the game. It's not much of a choice, is it? Ooh, right on the nose. That looked painful, my good sir. And yay, we've opened the gap. Unfortunately, the Edinburgh is now about to have itself some underaged Russian. Did I note any better HE damage? Yes. Mostly because the HE shells were actually penetrating as opposed to just bouncing. And that's one of the reasons why 6-inch guns benefit so much from IFHE. It takes them over a number of key thresholds, most notably, I think it's actually the 32mm threshold that they break, so they can get through the front hull of a battleship, they can get through most superstructures, and they can do a lot more. Unfortunately, this game is lost, so let's punch out for a second. Right, so let's grab the Abruzzi and try not to suck this time. Like, sailing... I rarely do, Ranger, because I have got plenty of signals, I've got plenty of credits, I've got plenty of consumables. I don't really need anything else, so I might as well just take the punt on the super container. Okay, at least it's a standard battle this time, so the kiting tactic will kinda work. So, start battle. All ahead full. And this is not a great map for kiting because it's basically divided into 3 regions. And this centre one, not brilliant for kiting because you either have to push past the islands to get up, or you and then have to kite past them again, or you stay north of the islands and you can't really get close enough to get range. So, gun support will go for the left hand as we're looking at it. Well, over there, basically. Channel and see what we can do. Right. Ahead full. Away we go. The Shiratsuyu is pink, but that's not really a concern. Okay. I have no idea who you are praying to there. I assume it is RNGesus. I would certainly not suggest praying to Crom, because, frankly, I think that is the deity watching over my games at the moment. Just follow the Shiratsuyu. In fact, possibly overtake the little poi boat, because I think we are actually faster. Oh, is that the Blue Lagoon camo? Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, detected. Right. Which means there's got to be a destroyer in this channel somewhere. Unfortunately, there's also a Colorado. And, oh, it's a Mayhan and a Nuremberg. Well, we'll start with the destroyer. Turning away. Fire as we bear. Okay, that was lucky. I think the speed... What are you doing down my... Ah! French! What's the perk of the Italian cruisers? Pretty good gun ballistics, honestly. And they have got very high muzzle velocities. The Italians historically used very high powder charges in their guns, which meant good muzzle velocity, but they wore the barrels out quite a bit faster. So, just turn away at half speed. Not in a hurry to take 16-inch gunfire up the backside, thank you very much. And I think this might be getting a little too hot for taste. Pop the spotter. I'm so used to spotters being on Y in battleships that I'm popping it out of instinct. Okay, ignore the Mayhem for the moment. There we go, getting some hits. And the Nuremberg's actually taken out of Fuliki. Right, Colorado is burning on the stern, interestingly enough. Okay, oh, I'm actually going to have to turn again because we're about to hit the map border. And we're out of range anyway. Right, so change of target. We've got the Gnais now instead. Straddles, really? And also, yes, as Doc points out, she's got defensive AA and hydro in separate slots, which makes her a very good close escort for battleships. Problem is, she hasn't really got the range. I mean, close escort for something like, well, a Nashitaka would suit both ships very nicely indeed, but Abruzzi suffers because she hasn't really got the range to use her main battery effectively in that role. Okay, finally found target range. And amazingly, he's not locked onto me yet, which means I can basically continue sailing broadside at full speed. I'm just going to adjust 3/4 for a second. Still taking a while to get that fire, of course, but the IFHE is at least reliably penetrating. Oh, someone else got the Bernie. Right, let's shift our point of aim a little. And Gnais now has pretty much had it. There we go, target down. Yeah, standard battle very definitely suits the Duca. Pity you can't control what you get in random, isn't it? Okay, kick forwards. And just close up the range again, looking to really start harassing the Nuremberg, the Koenig, and the Colorado. Oh, that poor Mutsuki. Oh dear. Rip. Very rip. The Mayhan's there as well, and yeah, as expected. Oh, we just lost one of our battleships as well. Okay, things are getting a little ropey in the centre, actually. I may have to use the speed to reposition. Certainly haven't got the range on these guys yet, so I can basically kick up forwards. I may end up engaging this Flint at close range. That will be an interesting experience. In fact, now the right flank, well, left flank from our point of view is looking very shaky. There's only one Nagato left. The Iron Duke's almost pushed through, but he's going to have a Mayhan working up on him, and I can't get there in time. And in fact, the... let's just get the guns in play. There we are. Oops. Oh yeah, mountain. Awkward. Okay, right, there's the Flint. Okay, load armor piercing. Turn broadside. We are going to catch him as he basically turns to chase the Iron Duke. Should be able to blindside him. Oh, good hit on that Mayhan, sir. Might be the last one you ever get, but hey. No, damn it, the Flint is angled. Fine, armor piercing into the upper decks. And then give him one broadside high explosive. then start hitting him again and again and again. Now, right, he is going bow in. Have actually got a torpedo solution at this point, but okay, there's his starboard torpedo launcher. Wait for the angle. I thought I had AP ready to go. Oh. Secondary hits? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can do armor piercing as well, matey. Nice try. Got him. And, oh, crap. Well, this isn't good. Ouch. Turn. Okay, good news. I think that was his entire main battery. So if I'm quick... What the hell was... Oh, great, now, but okay, fine. Load. I'm a piston, just fire the first into his upper belt. Empty the breech, don't care. Right, which torpedo launcher is ready to go? There we are. Okay. 5 seconds on the other one. Launch. Okay, rode the main battery. Can't say I'm entirely fond of the consequences, but at least he didn't hit the Citadel. Keep jinking, just keep jinking. Just keep jinking. 30 seconds until the first wave of sea mines hits him. I don't think it's going to sink. However, second wave away. We've got him. The question is, has he got us? Ooh, we're not dead yet. Oh, wow. Right, so the floating pile of wreckage. Yes, and that's interesting. Right, frame rate just tanked. I have no idea why. Game frame rate is completely solid. So the floating pile of wreckage that is now the Duca degli Abruzzi just took down one of the big seven. Can I confirm lots of statements? Which ones would those be? Ooh, AFK Gnevny. Don't mind me, I'm just going to have some fun here. Let's see how she does on target practice. Yes, this is blatant damage and score farming. Why do you ask? The problem is, the moment the Leander clears that island, I am dead, basically. So we're going to fire one torpedo launch down the corridor. Then we're going to basically skedaddle down behind this island and try and put off the inevitable as long as we can. I'm actually going to load armor piercing. Heap of explosion cells and zoomed in. Right, I wonder... I am not sure what's going on there. I may have... I say, the game is absolutely fine for me. Rock solid 75 frames per second. But I may have to think about maybe what Twitch and XSplit are doing. Now, I think I can finesse my way into the control point. Because there's that little sneaky bit of cover just there. I can pop up a spotter. Right. Okay, so it may not be everyone then. Twitch is set for auto. At least for auto hosting. I may need to take a look at the bandwidth if it's having to shift too much data. Oh god, that Leander is about to clear the angle, but I don't think... Oh, no, there we are. Detection, target lock. Sod it, fire everything. We're dead. Damn it. Still, 106,000 damage wasn't a bad thing. On the receiving end... Oh, right, I see. I am seeing a little bit of frame rate stagger in XSplit. So it may be at my end. I'll have to take another look at it. Certainly, I dropped the settings back to what I normally use, and it wasn't having any problems. But the Duca. Yeah, she's fine if you don't try to get up close and personal with a battleship. As I just did. I just need to check something, however... Oops, caps are bad. What statements? I don't actually know what Knots has said about the Duca yet, so we've got some time to talk about it, if nothing else, because Shoggy just got blown up as well. I think they should be able to just about pull this one, because Romadara has got Viking Tortilla broadside. So if his guns are ready to go, and if he's looking this way, oh, he was looking this way, rounds out, but I think we might have to do a how to aim series at some point. Torpedoes in the water. Romadara's seen them, and yep, there he is, slowing and turning. So those should miss harmlessly. Now then, Zeppelin is being chased out of the cap circle. Viking's still in it and is sailing broadside to dark side, but okay, maybe not. Wait, is he throwing high explosive? Not sure, but he does seem to be fixated on the Ander. Well, fair enough. I mean, we've got the control point cap going. Back over the other side, Villeneuve and Lacati are going at it hammer and tongs. Remember, Lacati doesn't have to sink Villeneuve, he just has to delay him just a little while the Nagato makes the cap. So, have they realised that? More to the point, has the enemy realised it as well? Because all they have to do... Nope, both Viking and Zeppelin are shooting at Darkside, when really they should be shooting at Romadara. I mean... Oh, never mind. Viking's dead, so that kind of solves that one, which just leaves Zeppelin 61, who's pretty much had it as well. Smoke's not helping him. The Gneiss now's got him banged to rights, and there we go. Torpedoes in the water. Zeppelin might have enough time to get his own fish away, but secondaries are going to finish him. There we go. Close quarters expert for Dark Side of the Moon. What the poi? Well, some good torpedo beat there, mate, but oversteered just a little. But never mind. They won. And our Shiratsuyu friend, who I think we now know why he's pink. Yeah. That kind of explains that one, and somehow I still came top. Oh well. But I think we've just figured out why Gisela might be pink. He gets a little enthusiastic with his torpedoes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duca degli Abruzzi, another of those kiting ships that really, really doesn't suit domination or epicenter at the moment. I am going to close the stream there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you one and all for coming. Once I've edited it up to look good, if I can at all, in fact, the various bits and pieces from this will be going up onto YouTube over the following week. Some bits may be removed, you never know. And assuming I don't decide to do an impromptu stream before then, I will see you all next Monday, 1900 GMT, same time, same place, for more Shipstream. Until then, farewell.